Let's talk about your incredible partnership with Silent Witness. Was it 18 wins?
Yeah.
I believe.
Yeah.
One Group 1 in Japan.
Yeah.
Let's start with the Group 1 in Japan.
Yeah.
Overseas international win. Incredible.
Mm.
How did that feel? What was that like for you? Like the travel over and the whole, just the whole experience of it. I mean, it's a big deal. It still is a big deal today.
It is, you know, and I mean, we were going to Japan to go and take on their best. And you know, you at the time, you hope that the traveling goes well and so on. And it was, yeah, the horse was ready when he went. And the little incident that happened while I was there, you remember that?
Not really. Refresh.
So when we cantered him, we used to go very slow canter on him, because if he got to see anything, he'd just like be too strong and he'd be very keen.
Yeah.
So his canter on the track was very slow, just a up and down, up and down.
Yeah.
And I was cantering around the track on the day before the Sprinter Stakes, and he knuckled with me.
No.
And went right down. But when I say right down, there was no coming back from it. Okay?
Whoa.
I went over his
Straight
head.
goal.
Yeah, I went over his head, and next thing I'm underneath him like this, and no, I'm not going to let go of this, am I?
No chance.
But he just took off. He got a fright from it. He took off, and I'm like, no ways, I'm not letting go, but you can't hang on eventually.
No.
You know,
Yeah.
you see there?
I went from that?
Yeah. So he took off. Now you can imagine I'm there on all fours in the sand, and I'm watching these big hindquarters run away from me, flat out.
He was something, that horse. Oof.
And he ran right around the track. Now that track in Japan is deep. So he's running in this deep sand flat out. And the next thing he comes around, he does a full lap and he comes around, and he's running towards me flat out. But you know when you know they're not going to stop?
Yeah.
He ran past me again, and then fortunately they put up the tape across the
Right.
track, and they stopped him
it.
like that. Yeah. And wow. So can you imagine, that's the day before the race.
And your hands all cut up, stitches.
Yeah. So the knock on my arm at the time, I'm like running with my arm like this, because I'm not too sure what's happened. And it's full of blood and everything. But yeah, thank goodness it was okay.
And you rode him, obviously.
Yeah,
and
but I mean, you know, when you think about a horse's preparation, so important, the prep must go perfectly. Who throws in galloping around a heavy sand track the day before?
Silent
You know?
Witness.
Yeah, that's
And
him.
wins.
That's him. Yeah, yeah.
Fantastic.
So and that day he was really full of himself as well. And you know, when we were, you know, the shed that they walk in. So when they were walking in that shed, I wanted to walk him away from it. I didn't want to go in amongst the other horses, because it seems like it's quite congested in there. And I thought, if I get kicked or something.
Right.
And I was trying to ring him outside. And you know that him, with his character, he pulled me, took me into that shed.
Really?
He wanted to be in with the mix. Yeah. He took me in there, and I thought,
That's
okay, I'm not going to
so
fight you.
nice.
Yeah.
That is special.
Yeah. And he was drawn wide, and we jumped out, and they went fast. And I didn't lead the race. And I just thought, if they're going so fast that they're leading him, they're going too fast. They'll come back. Yeah.
So you sat.
So I just sat. He gave you that confidence, you know. That's the whole thing about him. You know, people say to me, how did you feel and all that. And before every race, there was always a concern, because there was a horse coming up. And I'll never forget, on that last gallop, that final gallop, used to get on him at the stable and walk him to the trotting ring, and then go out to the track. On that walk from the stable to the trotting ring, he just had that swagger about him, you know.
Yeah.
And it's fine.
It's all good.
He put
He
that
just
through.
knew.
Yeah. That's
And
what
that
the
was
special ones
17
do.
straight wins with
Yeah.
that horse.
Yeah.
17 straight wins. Jeez.
Yeah. No, it was
Probably
serious.
one of the highlights of your career. It had to be, right? I mean,
Yeah,
it's-
absolutely. I did have others that were terrific horses. I mean, you remember Rocket Man from
Yes.
Singapore?
Yes.
One of the strongest horses I've ever ridden. I mean, what I used to, you know, go on, watch my diet and my training like 6 weeks before I rode him.
So you could ride, yeah.
So that I was like in the right condition to ride him, because he had a screw in his joint. And if he ran away with me in track work, which was like,
Yeah, right
that
on the
much,
edge. Right on the
yeah,
edge.
yeah.
Yeah.
it would have just ruined his career. And I didn't want to be the person that did
No.
that. Yeah.
No, I think we were the ones. I think Lucky 9 beat him in Singapore
Yes.
that one time.
Yeah.
I think he was unbeaten till that point. Maybe I mean, if I can recall, he
Right.
was a fail. And then I think we went,
Right.
and that was the one time
Yeah.
we won in Singapore.
And that incident as well, you know, I was back in South Africa. I finished in Hong Kong. I was back in South Africa. I was flying from Cape Town to Johannesburg for a midweek race meeting, and my phone rings. It's Pat Shaw. And he says, how are you, brother? That's the way he talked.
Yeah.
Hello, brother. And just like talking casually, you know, he said, in a couple of weeks' time, there's the derby coming up here. Come over and ride for me in the derby in Singapore. So I said, oh, thanks very much. Lovely opportunity. He said, yeah, no, and I want you to ride that Rocket Man as well. Like that was
Like
an
that was
afterthought,
yeah,
you know?
yeah. Oh yeah, just by the way, just throw your leg over this guy as well. You know, nothing
Yeah.
to it. Oh, that's incredible.
And that was like also because Robbie Fab was riding him up to
That's
them,
right.
you know.
Yeah.
And there was another moment, you know.
So when you left Hong Kong, you rode in South Africa.
Yeah.
For you said what?
About 5 years.
5 years. Right.
And I was very fortunate there. The Snaith family gave me the opportunity to ride for them, and I rode a lot of winners for them. They were very, very good to me. Wonderful family, great horsemen in that family, and mother as well, you know, great horse lady.
All of them involved.
Yeah, really.
Amazing.
Yes.
And one last question. Is there anything that you wish you had have accomplished in your career, whether it be here or in South Africa, or anything else that, I mean, you're obviously doing what you love now, but is there anything else that you would have loved to have done, like maybe train or something? Or is there any race that you didn't win that you wish you had have won?
You know, there's I think with everybody, there's always going to be things that you'd wanted.
Yeah.
I would really have liked to have ridden in the Melbourne Cup. I got a ride in the Caulfield Cup, which was a lovely experience. It's funny, I was just chatting to Zach about Caulfield the other day, and that would have been nice. I've had one ride at Santa Anita,
Right.
but I would have loved to have a stint in America just for that environment. I love America. I just think America's got something special about it.
It does. It is. It certainly is a unique country, and
Yeah.
horse racing is very unique there too.
Yeah.
They have a very different system set up there,
Yeah,
which is nice.
But you know, with everything and all the challenges that I've encountered and the ups and downs and that, there's same old thing. You know, there's nothing you would have changed. Nothing I would have changed, because it's led to now. You know.
It's brought you where you are today.
Yeah.
Well, I do want to say though, you are really a gentleman in this horse racing industry.
thank
You
you
really
very
have
much.
been. No, seriously. Like, I mean, I didn't really. I consider you a friend now because I've got to know you lately. But I mean, I knew of you, and we were in the same circle. We
Yes.
lived in the same, on the same premises. And
Yeah.
you were always a class act. Like, you walked, regardless of what was going on at home, or the struggles that you had, or the frustrations with horse racing, because we get it all the time. You know that. You still put foot into that paddock, and you were always a gentleman, and it was such a pleasure in those days, especially to get to know you, and just to have you in horse racing.
Oh,
I think,
thanks very much.
no, seriously, I
Thank
think
you.
it's if we had more people like you riding, and people with your character, I think this would be, it would be a huge benefit, and I think it would be such a coup for horse racing. I really, really do.
Thank you. It's
Genuinely, I
very
mean
kind.
that. I mean that. And I know you've had a lot of injuries, but we're not going to get into all the negative stuff. But it's been really, really nice getting to know you, Felix.
Thank you.
Thank you for the time today. And yeah, it's been an honor, really. So thank you. I'm going to give you a hug.
Thank you. Thank you
Get
very
over
much.
here.
Lovely.
Lovely. Thank you
you
so much.